live stream of Black Ops 3. Now, I typically don't do these types of like random topics of the night, but tonight's topic in my chat party currently kind of sparked an interest. Military talk. Which one do you think is better, the Canadian Armed Forces or our Special Forces, or the Americans with the U.S. Army or the USMC and then their Black Ops on top of that? Which country? Or even still, go with the Russians and their Spetsnaz. Or the Green Berets. You know.
The Spetsnaz are badass.
Oh, no shit. All right. In tonight's lobby with me, in tonight's party with me is Nightstorm 809, Elvish Crafted, Vampire King, and Mr. Freckles.
Or you can call me Sergeant Taylor.
Or Sergeant Taylor, that works if you're okay.
America.
But yeah, you know, for myself, like the whole military aspect, you know, like I was saying to you guys before I went on air, like my whole family, like my family on both sides were military. You know, grandfathers were war vets from World War I and II, and my dad himself, you know, being in the service for Canada for like 30 years almost. And you know, and in all honesty, for my opinion on this one, for which country army is better, I would have to say Canada, because we are the toughest SOBs out there. Hell, we faced the fucking mustard gas in World War II. Guess what we did? We pissed on our socks and we wrapped it around our faces and we said, "What's up, Germany?"
So did everybody else.
Yeah, but the Canadians were the first ones to do it. Because we were the first ones that got hit with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, I mean, it took the Canadians several months, and it took 5,000 Canadian lives for those poor SOBs to take a fucking hill, where it took the U.S. 1 week in World War I to take a hill.
Bombing barrage.
And no one cost us.
It took us 1 week.
They were bombing us, gassing us. Man, they were
No.
everything at us.
The Canadian bombing barrage. How we took Vimy Ridge.
You know,
not to mention the Canadian Army itself. We could fight in any fucking condition. You guys even come up here to train because of our weather climate. Over this past summer, I just saw an AT-10 Warthog fly over my fucking apartment building.
The only reason Canada exists to this day is because the British snuck around like sneaky little bastards and stole Canada.
That's why they're called French Arcadians. No. I won. I thought my biology in my head was wrong. That's wrong, hon. French Arcadians are the Louisiana.
In known facts, the U.S. Special Forces versus the Russian Special Forces, which are the Spetsnaz, we are evenly matched with the Spetsnaz. If we got into a one-on-one, only one would be alive on each side at the end of it. That is a known fact. The German Special Forces are mean as shit too.
I'm military Marine Special Forces.
You?
Yeah.
What do you run around with a giant? What do you run around in spandex and a shield that has America on it?
Sure, you can think that.
You know, at the end of the day, guys, you should be giving him a lot of respect for what he does.
Oh, they do. We just fuck around a lot.
I know, but like, it's a little different for me because like I grew up in an army military home. Okay, Steve Rogers.
Or go play in traffic.
Don't bullshit me. You did that on purpose.
I am an army brat, so.
I'm a Marine and Navy brat.
Where the fuck did that come? Up in Grandma's house.
What?
Up in Jima's house? Oh shit, there was an enemy right behind me.
I grew up in the army, so.
I'd like to have some army background to me, but in all honesty, I do not.
Everything he is was created from a bottle.
That came out of his ass.
Okay,
No, I know.
In my
And it's
in my
true.
honest opinion, one of the toughest, in my opinion, one of the most toughest and fearless out of all the U.S. forces is the airborne. Because those fuckers jump out of planes and engage the enemy in front lines, whereas Marines and Army guys have to wait and come in a different way.
Hey, we come parachuting out too.
Not as often.
But not like the airborne does. The airborne is it is literal death from above.
Airborne. We have Marine and Army airborne.
And in my opinion, Canada and the rest of the world wouldn't have had a chance to get into Europe if it wasn't for
Typical
the
American.
airborne.
Typical American.
That is an actual known fact. If it was not for the American airborne during World War II, D-Day would have been a disaster for the Canadians, the British, and the Americans.
Fuck D-Day.
We scrambled.
Oh.
We scrambled their
Cody left.
We scrambled their forces so bad that it confused them. That was the intended point.
Yeah, and then
We split up the beaches.
Now you made me lose my train of thought now. Thanks a lot, Matt.
The Canadians took one beach, British took another, and the U.S. took Normandy.
Yeah, we took Normandy.
But
Then
the
we all came together and took freaking what was it?
Fuck.
Now you're making me use history lessons in my head.
Come on.
I'm going over history lessons upon history lessons in my head now.
We
Brings
took
you back to boot
Barcelona
camp, don't it?
with the Canadians. We took Barcelona with the Canadians, British.
We all took back the capital.
Barcelona was one of the bloodiest battles, though.
Yeah, it was.
But the sad thing was, though, when the airborne dropped in first, they were scattered to hell, and yet they still managed to come together and do what needed to be done, so everybody else could get in.
Air Force is dumbasses. I'm sorry to say this, but Air Force, they're sitting there thinking, "Oh hey, I shot from here." Oh fuck, we missed. We jumped way over here.
And a lot
They're all
of the
scattered
pilots, when they started getting shot at and their planes started getting damaged, they immediately hit the green light and said go.
Yeah. As soon as they heard one round of a fucking explosion, they go, "Oh shit, green light."
Granted, they tried their damnedest, but
Yeah.
and it's still like this to this day. If there's, God forbid, if there's a captain or a general and if he wants a Humvee or some shit, they will overload that plane for that shit. A lot of planes went down in World War II because of that shit.
Yeah. But most of them generals overloaded planes with tanks and stuff.
The Canadians are the same damn way.
Yep.
If we want some shit, we will get
Now we have
shit.
these things called Hercules.
And if you still overload those damn things, they will crash.
Oh, I know, but they don't do it. Not with those things.
They can only handle a certain amount of weight, and if they overload it,
I know.
But now they've got an ejection button, so they can drop the gear.
That's what America did too. We had a special little button that goes, payload, click.
Okay, I got a history lesson for you. What happened when the U.S. started to withdraw from Vietnam?
Don't care.
We got called baby killers.
No. Near the end, when we finally agreed to leave, it got so bad
You
that
guys got your asses kicked.
we had no business getting involved in that.
No. No, you didn't. And you got the shit kicked out of you for it.
The only reason we got involved in that is because those sissies called the Frenchmen decided to stick their nose where it didn't belong, and then they cried to the U.S. for help, and then in comes the U.S.
They wanted our help, so we gave them our help, Yeah.
Because we owe so many favors to the French, it's not even funny.
Then both my great grandfathers got called baby killers and child murderers and wife beaters.
If you go off the coast of Vietnam, there is literally thousands of planes, helicopters, trucks, because we had to push them off into the ocean to make room on the ships for refugees that we could not leave in Vietnam. But in my opinion, some of the greatest, that generation during Vietnam, some of the greatest soldiers served in that war.
My grandfather, one of my great grandfathers was a Marine. He served over there. My other grandfather was a jet engine mechanic that fought.
But what a lot of people don't know is we weren't just fighting the Vietnamese. We were also fighting Russia. Because they had an interest over there in the mines.
I did horrible.
You know, I will hand it to Canada. I mean, they got some tough sons of bitches. I mean, you guys can survive the cold, but I don't think you guys can survive the Russian cold.
Yeah, we can.
That's a whole different level. You know, Hitler thought that same thing.
Dude, have you been to Canada in the wintertime? It gets cold as balls here.
How fast can you freeze to death in there?
Our gear is good for minus 45 to minus 50.
Damn, our gear is good for minus.
It's lower than that in Russia.
20.
Double up.
You know, that still remains to this day the largest invasion force in history, is when Hitler sent 4 million German soldiers to invade Russia, and only 1 million of them returned.
That's why if you fucked up in Germany, your ass went to the Eastern Front.
I'm gonna make a quick saying, and this is going to be recorded on the live stream. If you're going to invade Russia, you better pack some fucking winter clothes.
Yep.
And you better be ready, because those sons of bitches, they were literally running out of soldiers during World War II, and they started using women and children to fight. And the Germans got their ass kicked by women and children.
Yeah, all of that thing is, if you want to invade America, get ready to fight a bunch of rednecks with guns.
It's never gonna happen, because the enemy's already really decided what's going to happen with us, because there's too many of us for them to just waltz in here. We're basically listed on the same list as China and Japan. We're on the list of do not invade, just hit the nuke button. They might take Canada. Canada would be easy to take.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, it would definitely be easy. You have one of the smallest armies in the world.
Oh, we may have a small army, but you ain't gonna take us easily. Not to mention, do you know how many countries would back us?
I'm just saying, it wouldn't be easy, but they could probably be taken in a year.
Oh, probably. But do you know how many countries would back us, though? The world fucking loves Canada. Minus the Middle East at this point in time, I believe so. But other than that, the country every goddamn country loves Canada.
I can only list I can list a handful of countries that would back the U.S. Germany, Britain, France.
Germany has to back us.
No, they don't.
No,
they
don't.
Have no obligation to now. The U.S. Lifted all restrictions from World War II off of Germany last year.
Why the fuck they did that shit?
Because we need them at full strength like they were in World War II.
Yep.
When the fuck did they do that shit though? That had been recent.
And you know, I love their new battleship. Guess what they named it?
What?
The Bismarck II.
Oh.
The thing is larger.
Badass. Yeah, the Bismarck was big as fuck. Bismarck 1 was big
Considering
as fuck.
it took one of the largest British ships and the
God damn
largest
it.
U.S. ship to sink that son of a bitch.
In main hunting lodge.
And then when we did hunt it, we could never find it.
But the U.S.
Ah, fuck,
captain
there's my alarm.
stated one thing when he finally had the Bismarck where he wanted her. Sink that son of a bitch. Both ships were so badly damaged, the U.S. ship barely did not make it home.
Yeah, we had half of our troops go on the other ship. Damn.
You know, I gotta say, Hitler was fucking insane, and he was a monster.
Well, hell, he
But he
gave
made-
the fucking.
But he was smart. I'm going to say this
soldiers
now. I'll say
meth
this
and
right now.
cocaine.
Hitler had
was
had a very smart idea. However, that being said, he spread himself out way too thin.
He was
If he had finished if he had finished taking all of Asia and Russia, he then could have taken over the North America.
He was a tactical genius,
Oh
but
yeah.
he left way too many doors open.
And then the syphilis kicked in. UAV up.
Yeah.
He,
The only
but
bad
he
thing
left.
was he gave his troops. What the fuck? Well, I just see.
He made a mistake of trying to challenge Russia.
Yep.
There's only one person in history that ever conquered Russia, and he did it twice. The third time was a
Shopkeeper.
failure.
Yep.
Did that guy just jump up and down through the hole?
Yeah, he did.
The
There's water there.
Oh, I thought it was like a hole. I could just pop onto the floor. Like the fuck. But Hitler, he gave his soldiers meth, cocaine, and a bunch of other shit mixed together. So they can get half their body blown off. They can still crawling after you with a friggin' machine gun or handgun.
But the machines he designed to have built were genius. The Panzer Mach 2, the Tiger.
Yeah.
Those machines made the U.S. have to design a special tank called the Hellcat just to take them out.
Just got roasted like a marshmallow.
The only way to take out a Panzer or a Tiger was to shoot it in the ass, and
Well,
you
you're
had
white
to hit
enough
it
to
in
be
a certain
marshmallow.
spot. I mean, okay, I'm gonna, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say that right here now. The tanks that the U.S. had in World War II sucked ass.
They did fucking suck.
But the Hellcat was one of the best tanks we had.
Now the best tank we can only do it in mass though. That was
Do you remember the Hellcat?
yeah, I remember the Hellcat. Hellcat's nice. I should
That thing-
drive.
That's a tank buster.
Yeah, I got to ride in one of them bitches. It's awesome.
I know the U.S. made some for the U.S. Army, and then they made some for the Canadian Army during World War II that take
Yeah.
out those things.
We gave them to the Canadians because they knew how our stuff worked.
Yeah,
So
we
gave them
did.
to them.
And they were better drivers.
Yep.
The Canadians did drive the Hellcat better because they're more used to driving in the snow than we were. That's why, and
A lot of, I mean, there was a good portion of U.S. tank drivers that were Canadian.
well, hell, during Patton's tank army fight going on, half the guys were under
Patton was an
control.
asshole.
No, Patton wasn't. Patton was smart. No one would listen to him.
He was smart, but he was a self-righteous asshole.
He only did that for us. Because
In my opinion, and I gotta agree with the Airborne on this, the Airborne didn't need Patton's help. Patton just decided to stick his nose where it didn't belong.
well, Patton was
Oh,
controlling
the damn corners.
half U.S. and half Canadians. Tank army.
You remember the Battle of the Bulge?
Yeah, I do.
The Airborne almost had that one, but whose big ass ego and cigarette pipe smoking jackass had to stick his nose and try and steal the glory?
Don't remind me.
He rode in there on tank saying, "I saved the airborne's ass." The airborne was like, "Kiss our ass."
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
But
they couldn't
if it
fuck with him because he was a general.
if it wasn't for Patton, we wouldn't have tanks.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Patton, we wouldn't have the tank armory design and the tanks. So Patton did do something fucking great.
And you know, Hitler kind of helped with us building jets because he had 2 prototype jets that were fully functional.
UAV ready for tasking.
Okay, I gotta definitely say, I'm just gonna list. We're gonna change the topic. Favorite World War II machine. One of my favorite machines was the Japanese Zero.
B-51 Mustang.
Mine is the German tank that was never used because the barrel. No, this tank, it took 4 railroad tie tracks right
The
beside
railway
each other.
gun.
It fucking took 4 of those. The shell.
It wasn't a tank. It was a train.
No, it was a tank.
No, I know what you're talking about. It was a fucking armored tank train that had a railway gun.
The fucking
That could,
gun was so
could-
goddamn big. You shot fucking the big, like say, you could think of a fucking say, Eddie Murphy's fucking mansion. That's how big the fucking round was.
yeah, it was attached to a giant armored tank train. It wasn't an actual tank. It was a fucking train that was heavily armored, and it took God
That wasn't
knows how much.
train.
It was a fucking train. I remember it. I
No.
know where there's pictures of it. It's
Yeah, but
still
that's
over.
not-
It is still
that's not
over there in
fucking
Germany.
Germany.
It is
It's
over there
over
in
in
Germany
Germany.
right now on railway tracks. That was a fucking train because I remember the bitch because it took so much dynamite to destroy the train that it was attached to. We destroyed that. They did something to the barrel where it couldn't fire, but the gun is still over there.
The barrel has got 3-inch by however tall, long, or wide the fucking hole is welded shut.
But I remember it. It wasn't a tank. It was a fucking train. Because I remember
But
that
they-
bitch.
The thing is, they did fire it. They fired it into the Atlantic Ocean. You know how far inland that bitch was?
It could fire up to 100 miles away and hit a target.
No, further than that because they found the round
Nicely done, Elvish.
halfway
But-
towards the U.S. If they could put more powder in there, they could reach the damn U.S. with that damn thing.
But the Japanese Zero was one of the greatest planes out of World War II.
It's alright.
The only way the U.S. could compete with it was they built the P-52 Mustang.
Yeah, nothing. That's pretty good.
And that was, Ford built that bitch, and it was a badass.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
Ford is badass.
The Zero and the Japanese, there was only 2 differences that the P-51 couldn't do that the Zero could.
What'd you
The
laugh for?
Must-
'Cause I think the Ford was badass.
The Mustang
I'll keep
couldn't
my
up with
opinion
the
to
Zero
myself on
speed.
that one.
The
Go ahead and
Zero
say it.
still had more speed.
If you can't dodge it, you have to fucking ram it.
You're a Dodge fan, ain't you?
What's wrong with Dodge? I'm a Dodge fan.
I'm a Dodge fan too. I'm Ford, Dodge, and Chevy. The older style Chevy though.
You know, every time you buy a new Ford, they give you a dog to walk home with.
No, it's Chevy.
Greatest World War I pilot was the Red Baron.
Yeah, his German ass is pretty good.
Pretty good. He was damn amazing.
What was his record again?
He had, I don't know, I know he had more kills than any pilot ever in World War One.
Yeah. Like a bunch of them combined.
They called him the Bloody Red Baron.
I think he had twice as, like 3 times as many as the U.S. The best U.S. pilot.
You know, there's a replica of his plane in the Smithsonian in the U.S.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the original because by the time they got to it, the country people that lived in the countryside stripped it for parts.
Yeah.
The thing I really like, though, even though he was the enemy, the French and everybody else still honored him.
Yeah.
But it was a U.S. pilot that shot him down.
Yeah. And we honored him too. We gave him we let him have a good burial for him.
The sheer fact was it was a bloody battle. I think that they said it lasted up to an hour and 30 minutes between the U.S. pilot and the Red Baron. But he shot the Red Baron down and then he went down. He survived, the Baron didn't.
Fuck, okay, spawn flip.
Huh.
I was like, where the fuck is everybody?
I saw Mark come up a poof, like, where the fuck do you go?
You know Hitler fought in World War One?
Yeah, he was a truck driver. He was a supply truck driver. Was he?
He fought in the trenches too.
It was a trench messenger.
Yeah. You know that mustache that he had? He keeps it like that because he was gassed because he had a longer mustache and couldn't get his mask down. And he spent months in the hospital.
So he kept that little fucking porn
Yeah,
star
that's the reason he had the little mustache.
there. He had a little porn star mustache.
Churchill fought in World War One.
Yeah.
The
He was
Queen
in
of
the army.
England served in World War One.
Ah.
She served as a nurse, but
Yeah, she was a nurse.
yeah, I'd have to say though, the Bismarck was one of the greatest
Oh yeah,
ships.
I love the Bismarck. I played World of War Tanks, not War Tanks, but World of Battleship. Same company that made World of Tanks. I named my fucking boat the Bismarck.
U-511 was one of the greatest subs they had.
Oh yeah. The
Up in
U-boat.
bedroom.
I don't know. I mean, there's not really much on what happened to 511, but she disappeared.
They say Germany brought her back and stuck her somewhere where nobody can find them. Nobody can find her.
The thing was about U-511 was that it was a prototype.
Yeah. They actually, I believe, because I got some friends over in Germany, they've heard that they're still working on it. They're fixing her up.
There would be no point. I mean, the technology for it was older than dirt, but
Yeah,
That's
but I
what I'm saying,
guarantee you
they're
they
fixing
gut
it
it
up.
and revamped it.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, because it was the largest sub.
It's
And if they-
right now, if we compare one of our subs to it, our biggest subs to it,
But
it'd be
you
worth
gotta
it.
you gotta remember though, anything Hitler could blow up or destroy during World War II when Germany was being invaded, he did. So
But he didn't blow that up though. They have
he might.
reports. They did not blow it up.
Reports or not, I still say he might have blown it up because he
I don't
blew up
believe
a
he
lot
did.
of shit.
Damn.
If he wanted to, say if the Bismarck was still going, well, I mean, he had the order, he wouldn't have blew the Bismarck up.
He
wouldn't have
sacrificed the
stopped Bismarck.
Bismarck. Which I think was a costly mistake he shouldn't have done. If the Bismarck had been with her sisters, she probably could have survived that battle.
Yeah. At least it was if another even if she barely survived it, if another battleship would come in, fire one round at our ship or the other ship, it would have sunk and Bismarck would still be alive.
Kitchen.
No, not as much as damage as she took during that battle. Even if they had won, she still would have went down.
Yeah.
Because they pierced the hole in 3 spots.
They could have possibly saved it. They could have had tow lines and shit and saved it.
The did you know? I mean, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but as of I think 2015, all the ships that were bombed at Pearl Harbor have now returned.
Yeah. Because
But
I know, there's still today. There's there's a little spot that oil still coming out from some of their ships.
The Arizona still leaks oil.
Yeah. It's just a slow leak, not very big. The Arizona carried, I think, over
There's
100,000 gallons of oil.
They're still in a debate whether to crack her open and drain her.
They're not going to, because they have a thing that's set up about that.
Well, they wouldn't have to make a big hole, but they'd have to crack her open a little bit just to get inside so they can drain it.
They wouldn't do it. It's a memorial.
Immoral or not, if it starts leaking bad enough, they will.
If it's bad enough and they can't contain it, yeah, they will. But they can.
And it's starting to get like that.
They're sucking the oil up faster than they can really mess anything up, so. I'll have to go scuba diving over there. Could transfer the Hawaii and.
Yeah, but you're not gonna go scuba diving in where the Arizona is.
I would like to.
That's government property. There's no diving allowed unless you're down there doing some important job.
Later, before I think of something and get past them.
It's a you want to go to jail? It's like a state. It's a state park. You still there, Shop?
Yep. Just concentrating.
It is
My
a
shit
national
froze.
monument, so it's very well protected. You know, I mean, the Japanese bombed. That was the largest U.S. naval base, but now the largest U.S. naval base is in Virginia. And guess what's docked over in Virginia? Take a guess. The Japanese battleship is docked in Virginia. They're here for training.
Did horrible.
So I am excited about my upcoming payday. I'm gonna order my stereo this coming month.
Good.
Yeah, I'm torn between this one type and then the other one. I just don't know which one to pick. I just find, I mean, yeah, war history is just fascinating.
Oh, I completely agree.
You're wanting me to fucking leave my fucking PlayStation on, drive 200 miles back to base to grab 2 books, drive back, and fucking read shit.
What about the Battle of New Orleans?
No, this is a book. The whole 2 books about the military.
No, I was
US.
bringing up a war.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
You want to stay in this party, Elvish?
Am I annoying, Elvis?
I don't really care.
I'm about to get off, so you guys don't need to switch parties.
No, I mean, I'm talking about in game.
Oh, I mean, I'm sick, and I want to go lay down.
Okay.
Burger Cup, suck it up. Give me
I have-
100 laps.
Ugh, Metro.
I have allergic reactions to food, and my guts swell up to the size of a balloon.
Take some
This is
ibuprofen.
horrible. No, you don't get it. This is horrible, such horrible, agonizing pain that nothing else. I don't. I mean, you are a Marine, and if you went through this pain, you would be on the ground crying like a baby.
No. I've been punched in the balls. No.
This is 10 times worse than that.
I took it like a champ.
Your guts are inflamed.
Somehow,
swollen.
anything compared to being hit in the nuts won't win.
Yeah, it won't win.
You also have these giant baseball-sized gas bubbles in your intestines, and they're burning against the already inflamed and swollen walls.
Sounds
That
like
is
you
the-
need to just go fart.
You can't. You're constipated, so
Go take some
You have
X-Lax.
oh god, that just makes it worse. I hate when my stomach gets like this because, like I said, it hurts. And like you keep saying, go run 10 miles. You ain't gonna run 10 miles. You'll be lucky if you can crawl 10 miles. You're literally hunched over like a bent piece of board.
Oh, suck it up. We're complaining.
I don't complain. I usually go through it in agonizing
Well, you don't
pain.
sound like it.
No, I'm trying to get you to understand, because you keep saying suck it up. You don't suck it up.
I was taught. You don't explain shit to no one. You suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah, because that's about the only thing you can do is deal with it.
The person you complain to is the doctor. Doctor or your mother. Honestly, because who cares?
Shit, you don't complain to my mom. She just says go take some Tylenol.
Yep. It's my mom too.
My mom will say, you decided to eat that.
I don't complain to no one. Only person I complain to is the complaint box, and it's broke. The complaint box is broke and out of order. For life. That's pretty good.
Shop, do you have a Facebook?
Yes.
See if I can find you. Search. You are definitely not from Utah.
Nope.
Did you just say Utah?
Yes.
It's
I'm in Utah.
Utah. It's Utah. Until they
Where
say it
you
down
at?
there.
If you have Blondie on Facebook, you can find me through her.
I think I just found you.
Fish make me want to find him now. I want to find you now.
I definitely know you are from Ontario, so.
Oh, shit. Alright, leave me the fuck alone! Ah!
Yep, I found you.
You can probably find me.
Well, that was easy. I mostly have trouble finding people.
Okay. For people.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna go rest for a little while.
Alright, Vampire. Have a good night.
Alright, you go to bed. I'm gonna turn my phone off.
Be a good idea. Because you never know with Cody.
Yeah. Cody's like one of those little frou-frou dogs.
He has yet to bug me.
Me too. He's just above me too.
Alright, later, guys.
Later. Ah, damn it.
What'd you do?
I got shot. Twice.
Hostile UAV spotted.
Fuck you. I'm getting the shit kicked out of me. I am finding us a new lobby.
Is online.
Well, shop watching what the hell you look like. Just so I can find you. I'm looking
Yes.
for a name.
Be advised. Hostile hitter in your AO.
Type
going off
Ontario,
board.
Canada.
HCXD deployed.
Like with my name, type Ontario, Canada.
That's what I'm doing. Fucking, let me type, damn it. You whore. Fucking
Letting
type.
down the fact.
There you go.
Be advised. Hostile counter UAV is online.
Damn it.
I'm just gonna do the easier way here.
I'm getting this shit kicked out of me.
Ontario, Canada.
Hostile UAV above.
And I say Ontario, Canada, you fucker.
There are no words for what I just saw. That's a hard debate.
Ontario, Canada. Search. People. So we have not found no people matching the search. Oh, there's nothing that matches this.
Okay, give me a second.
Also, look, I'll try.
Yeah, that definitely would make it easier.
There's a picture of Blondie. It'd be a lot easier.
Just give me a second here. There.
Okay, I'll do it.
That's the name you're looking for.
Okay. I like how you're so secretive about your name.
No, I've had complications in the past.
I know. I know. You explain this, but it's like, it's so funny. It's like we're secret agents or something.
Mm. I like to keep my gaming life away from my personal life.
The fuck is that?
What?
The fuck did I hear?
My bong.
Oh. I was like, what the fuck?
Did it scare you?
I was like, what the fuck is the noise? And then it scared me. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, I got 3 hours. Okay, I
Door.
gotta wait.
Yeah. Didn't think that job would be too challenging.
Man, Blondie's Facebook picture looks almost the same as her game picture.
What do you mean?
The hell's Blondie's real name? I keep forgetting.
Deal with that one off air.
Yeah, we'll do that one off air. Just give us a minute. We'll tell you off air after you get done playing with this on air.
Hmm.
Oh my fucking god!
I'm surprised I didn't have to fucking close the kitchen tonight.
Hardcore team deathmatch. Break their will to resist.
Enemy on the left side of our spawn.
What's the wrong button? Don't worry, I make fucked up noises.
It's all good.
A bunch of us do. Whoa,
Damn it.
whoa.
Sorry, teammate. I don't know where the fuck that came from.
Search.
Hostile UAV
I'm looking for you. That's wrong.
Be advised. Hostile UAV incoming.
Cook, right?
Yep.
Alright.
12 years deep.
How come all let me fucking send you a friend request?
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
Hostile care
So you can
package
send me a
overhead.
friend request.
Spawn flip. Or not.
Be advised. Hostile counter UAV is online.
Oh, crap baskets.
You are a crap basket.
Huh. Did not know there was a fucking Cerberus on the field. Good night. Shit. Oh, god damn it. Really, teammate? Fuck.
Oh, hey, you doing? Hell wouldn't come out. God, never had that much problem before.
Be advised, hostile HCXD spotted.
That shit wouldn't come out. Did you get my message?
I'll check my phone in a minute. I'm getting sick and tired of my teammates killing me here. It's starting to piss me off.
I just want to say fucking leave. That shit happens to me on fucking Rainbow.
Oh, I haven't played that game in so long.
No, the reason why I get pissed is because I carried the team.
That reminds me, I need to download something.
Whoa, what?
Ghost Recon Wildlands Open Beta.
Oh. I thought about doing that, but I was like, no.
I'm doing it. I won't be able to stream it, but...
Yeah, I'm waiting to see everybody's fucking reaction to it when the game comes out before I buy it. So I want to buy the game itself, not the beta. No, I won't play the beta.
Deployed.
How come we can't stream the beta?
Pick it up.
That's what I never got.
It's for people who can't play, who don't have PlayStation, like PS4.
Oh.
So they can't see the shit online before the game comes out.
I forgot about that. I've streamed a couple of betas before. Like, the videos were up for a month. They're gone. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna fuck with Blondie. I hate friend request you like I couldn't friend request you. I said, "Sup, Blondie?" I said my gamer tag and shit. She's like,
She's at the bar right now.
"Oh, she's gonna be back drunk and shit probably."
Yep.
Oh,
She doesn't get the chance to blow off steam very much.
yeah, 'cause it showed you and Blondie live close to each other.
Yeah, we're gonna live in the same city.
Stand by for
I love being in the bar right now.
Her and I hang out on a frequent basis.
Mm. Ooh.
No, not like that. She's like a sister to me.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
Huh?
No, I'm just fucking with you by that part.
No.
Shop's got a girlfriend. You don't need no one else.
We all know you're his bitch.
He lacks the parts or the equipment.
Oh, what?
He lacks the parts or the sufficient equipment.
Good God.
I'm sorry, but your funds are insufficient.
Bitch, mine aren't. Look at everyone gets quiet, really.
I bring home just shy of 20 grand a year. If I'm lucky.
You made me look up how much I get a year.
No.
I gotta go online and check my shit. I don't pay. I don't get mine. Just get deducted for taxes and shit. 'Cause I don't pay. I really don't pay the tax. Everything tax free. So I get to even a straight ass amount. So for Social Security and a bunch of other shit, but it don't matter. Let me pull this my fucking account up and shit.
I'm done streaming, getting my ass kicked.